when you mention Raila, when you mention Baba, we all know, or what comes directly to your mind is the opposition part that he plays against the government. But now, it seems like the president is dissolving the Azimio brigade by just isolating the others. Gen Zs, of course, for the longest time, we've been saying we are leaderless, formless, and partyless. And of course, our main agendas is we've been fighting against tribalism. We've been fighting against corruption. We've been fighting against reputation of or recycling of leaders. I don't know if I should call the president more of a joker, or maybe it is us who do not understand what happens in the government. I don't know, but of course, the act of him dissolving, then bringing them back, it is a bit weird and skeptical at some point. Hello guys, welcome back to Speakers Corner podcast right here on Culture Hub TV. And of course, I'm your host, presenter Dante. This is what we do, and of course, we've been having different shows. Of course, we do gossips, we do politics, and any trending topic that affects the society, whether positive or negative. I've always been here to make sure we catch up together. But today, I would like us to venture a little more into politics. Of course, politics is our way of life. There is no way we can avoid politics. And good enough, we've been having some amazing things unfolding about in the field of politics. And here today, I am here today to just make sure we catch up a little bit, or try to dive deep into some of the things that are paranormals in a way, you know. So guys, without so much ado, I guess I should just go direct to ODM party. Of course, we've been having for the past 1 month, or over 1 month, we've been having a series of events, political events, which have not been positive. Of course, I'm sorry to be partisan saying positive. Of course, some have been positive while some have been negative in a way. And when I say negative, I'm talking about those people who have been looting businesses, other people's businesses, those who have been attacking fellow protesters, you know. That hasn't been a good thing. But of course, some of the positive things is the things that the president have addressed while they were our grievances, you know. So guys, of course, we as Gen Zs, we've been out there trying to fight for a change. And at some point we called it a revolution because, of course, it brought a lot of changes, you know, starting from president dropping the finance bill, to him dissolving his cabinet. You know, to some extent we felt like it was a positive move, and we were beginning to celebrate our wins before the same dude started bringing back the same niggas whom we had told him to drop. And of course, I don't know if I should call the president more of a joker, or maybe it is us who do not understand what happens in the government. I don't know, but of course, the act of him dissolving, then bringing them back, it is a bit weird and skeptical at some point. But again, here we are. Gen Zs, of course, for the longest time, we've been saying we are leaderless, formless, and partyless. And of course, our main agendas is we've been fighting against tribalism. We've been fighting against corruption. We've been fighting against reputation of or recycling of leaders in the executive system, you know. But it is weird that the president has just discarded all that. Of course, yesterday when he was reading the second batch of his CSS, he mentioned something about reforming our reserve offices. I'm talking about the treasury and how revenues are collected and spent, because to his wisdom, he believes those are the sectors that maybe are involved with corruption stuffs, and he said he's working on that. But one thing that I feel like the president has disappointed us is one thing he's trying to do is he's trying to pull down the multi-party policy that our nation has been having. Remember, Kenya began to, we became a multi-party state. That was around 1960 something. I don't want to be precise because I'm not sure with the figures, but it is 1960 something before Moi came and dissolved it when he brought everyone in Kanu, the likes of Oginga Odinga, those people, the people whom we believed in them, you know. Moi at some point bought them, and sometimes I think it's always fair to just say that history repeats itself, because what President Ruto is doing is just repeating whatever Moi did. Because yes, we were a multi-party state, but again, he dissolved other small parties, you know, and for the longest time, KANU remained as the only party in Kenya. I think that's what President Ruto is trying to do, because again, when he tries or when he decides to break through the Azimio coalition, you know, he's leaving the opposition party naked. We all know Raila is the... when you mention Raila, when you mention Baba, we all know, or what comes directly to your mind is the opposition part that he plays against the government. But now, it seems like the president is dissolving the Azimio brigade by just isolating the others. You know, Azimio, fortunately, in the previous election, they managed to gather over 86 MPs, while the other affiliate members of the coalition, I'm talking about the DAP, Jubilee, NAC Kenya, we have Wiper, we all know they just had some few numbers, you know, like DAP, they had like 5, NAC Kenya, none, Kalonzo, not so much, and therefore I want to believe the coalition or their numbers cannot at any point victimize or they cannot at any point call shots in that coalition, you see, because I want to believe even for them, they themselves, they know exactly who Baba is and the role that he plays while in Azimio. So what Baba did is he's been playing some dirty tricks, of course, you know. Sometimes it is always prudent to apply some tactics, some dirty tactics here and there to just make sure you outmaneuver your opponents. And Baba, I remember him at first, while the president was signing the ascension of IEBC bill, Baba agreed in his speech that dialogue was very prudent, and as if that's not enough, he went ahead and posted in his X platform saying that dialogue is very prudent. I remember him saying that what happens next after Ruto goes, because again, Baba has shown he is against those people who have been protesting against Ruto, chanting that Ruto must go, Ruto must go, because he was he proved that in his X platform when he said that that Ruto, when he attacked those saying Ruto must go by countering them, asking them what happens next after Ruto goes, because when he goes, then that means Rigiji will ascend to the presidency. And what happens if Rigiji ascends? Because Rigiji might ascend and at the same time apply wrong policies or weird policies that maybe Ruto has made. Because if we are blaming Ruto for doing or creating some wrong policies, then that means that whatever Rigiji will do, if he ascends, will just to implement those policies. And so Raila said we should dialogue and wait for 2027. After some point, he went ahead and when people attacked him, I remember some of the Azimio coalition members, when they attacked him and when he visited Kware, he was like, yo, you know what? I'm not going to have a dialogue until or unless the president does this and that, you know. And the president, to his wisdom, so it was wise for him to maybe at this point follow some of the conditions that Baba had given him and ask them or extended his kindness to them, asking them to at least be part of this broad government which they've been talking about, a government that will reflect Kenya's face, of course. And yesterday, Ruto did his thing. We all know Ruto thrives in politics of division. Politics of division whereby he tries to it is more of the one that the Englishmen, the British used to colonize some of their colonies, so by dividing, you divide this community against the other community, then you come and pass through them. Ruto did exactly that. He divided Azimio. He went, talked to Raila Odinga, ODM. At the same time, we are told he extended his kindness to Wiper, of course, but the Wiper part was a bit skeptical and rigid. While Baba, of course, he's been in this game for the longest time possible. He's been doing this. He's been being part of every government using this kind of models, you know. And so Baba, of course, he was very willing to be part of this, to be part of the government that, according to them, it is a reflect of Kenya's face, you know. And yes, he appointed his four, because what we were told is that Ruto had asked, or he had given the Azimio part 7 nominees or 7 appointments for them to appoint. Then he will take them, or he will name them. Then vetting will take place. Of course, just like I said, the other party were a bit skeptical. Baba went ahead, gave his 4 names. The other party did not. The other parties, I mean, did not. They remained rigid because okay. From what I hear is that the other affiliate parties of Azimio, the more reason why they rejected this kind of deal that Ruto gave them is because Azimio or ODM demanded 4 CSs out of the 7, which Kalonzo, Eugene, Matakarua felt like, no. This guy or this dude is greedy. We should share this thing equally. But of course, we all know Azimio carries the day. ODM carries the day. They have the most, or they have the majority numbers when in parliament. They have like 86 MPs, and of course, with that number, it is an influence to whatever bill that the president will bring. Like, they have a direct influence. And Baba saw like, or he thought, yo guys, I'm not going to negotiate with you guys about this. I'm going to present my 4 members that I feel they should be part of this CS or this executive government, while I'll give you some time to think about it. So he went ahead. Ruto did what he does best, of course, coming out, dividing them, leaving them naked, pulling the rug under their feet, of course, leaving them I don't know, but I am sure they are not strong, or I am sure they are so weary where they are right now. They aren't okay. And so yes, Baba carried the day. Words have been out there in the streets calling Baba betrayer, someone who thrives in people blood, because again, this was not really his moment. Of course, we all know it was a moment for Gen Z, but the way he has been the way he came and carried the opportunity, it's still, some do not still understand, or some do not, haven't yet digested what happened. But yes, it is what happens in politics. We say sometimes that a day in politics is like 5 years. Yeah, ni kama miaka 5. That's what I'm trying to say. Siku moja kwa siasa ni kama miaka 5 huku nje. Because again, anything can happen at any time. Yeah. It has happened. We are just waiting to see what Kalonzo or the other affiliate members will come. Of course, Sifuna has been out there saying that those ODM members who have been appointed by the president went there at their own capacity, but not as ODM members, or not at with the approval of ODM. Of course, we all know it is a lie. We all know they are just trying to play. They just want, wataki hiyo mad, wataki kuattack na GenZ, wataki wasemekane ni kama wametake opportunity. Because I remember just the other day we had one senator, the Senate, who said and reassured people that they had a PG meeting, they discussed and they approved all of them. So of course it is a decision of ODM for their members to be out there. Guys, that is what has been happening. Of course it is politics, anything is possible. We wait and see. I'm waiting to see if Kalonzo will stick by his decision, or he will be influenced in a way, because again the president said he's still talking, he's still trying to figure out on what he can do. And yeah, anything is possible. So guys, I'm your host, Presenter Dante, and this is Speaker's Corner podcast right here on Culture Hub TV. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, goodbye.